my name in rooms where the lights are low. A myth wrapped in cigar smoke and dread. They talk about the physics of the impossible, leaving the essential part unsaid. It's not the rifle that they fear, or the silence where I lie. It's the calm that settles in my heart, the storm that lives behind my eyes. I paint masterpieces in the space between one breath and the next. I carve new constellations with a trigger's soft caress. This isn't boastful, it's a gospel written down in hollow point and lead. Some men talk to gods, I just make the lines connect instead. They call it skill, I call it truth, the only one I've ever known. I remember a shot through a curtain of falling rain, past the shimmer of the city lights. Threading a needle in a hurricane, correcting one to face oversights. Another split in a falling tear before it blessed the sinner's face. A perfect sterile absolution, leaving emptiness in its place. My pulse doesn't quicken, my hands don't ever shake. I'm just a fulcrum for the world, deciding what will bend and what will break. I paint masterpieces in the space between one breath and the next. I carve new constellations with a trigger soft caress. This isn't boastful, it's a gospel written down in hollow point and lead. Some men talk to gods, I just make the lines connect instead. They call it skill, I call it truth, the only one I've ever known. Is it a gift to see the universe as a series of straight lines? To know the arc of everything, to read the fatal signs. Every life's a fragile orbit, a predictable design. I am not the violence, I'm the clarity, the final sharp define. The air stills, the echo fades. A single brass shell sings against the tile. That's my signature. That's the period. At the end of the argument. Done. Done.
Get your heads down. There's an enemy sniper in your area. Be advised, enemies are attacking Bravo.
The storm has passed, the asphalt steams and gleams. The afternoon sun cuts through the clouds in sharp, victorious beams. The air is washed of trees and it smells of ozone and the rain. A final clean baptism erasing every stain. I stood in mud and chaos, I have stood in halls of gold. And this one truth has carried through every story told. The final variables will the final weapon sight, to see the end you're aiming for in darkness or in light. This is the final stillness, the last word in the war. The steady hand that held the rifle now writes the rule of law. One shot, one kingdom, the principle holds true. My aim was always absolute, my follow through is true. My legacy is silence, the silence forged right here. They think that power is a shout, a banner or a blade, a clumsy, brutal pageant, a conqueror's parade. But they are wrong, it is the math, the focus in the eye, the breath held in the stillness as the moment flashes by. It's the cold and quiet certainty that when you take your aim, the world will bend and splinter and rearrange its frame to fit the new reality your single action made. A dynasty established on a perfectly laid grade. This is the final stillness, the last word in the war. The steady hand that held the rifle now writes the rule of law. One shot, one kingdom, the principle holds true. My aim was always absolute, my follow-through is too. My legacy is silence, the silence of the fear, the perfect calculated peace that I have forged right here. The view from this high balcony is stark and clean and one. There are no more horizons to chase into the sun. There are no more pretenders, no whispers left to trace. Just the quiet, sure dominion of this city and this space. The warrior is a memory, the king a role to play, but the shooter's eye for detail, that will never go away. The crosshairs in the crown are finally just one. The equation is completed. The work is done.
Fuck! Need a medic!
Let's go! Hostile attack confirmed on Charlie. Let's go! Woke up this morning for the switch in the A. Used to play small, but now I don't even care. Flip the whole script, yeah, I rewrote the page. Stepping out fresh, I'm the star on the stage. Homie is gone, yeah, that's yesterday's news. Got a new walk and I'm rocking new shoes. Got that new energy, feeling my soul, yeah. They ain't ready for the takeover out of control, yeah. The vibe is electric, can't stop the feeling. Looking up, way up, yeah, we crash the ceiling. Yeah, it's the new wave, whole new level. Hit 'em with the glow up, shine like a medal. Got that main character energy on repeat, feeling this moment from my head to my feet. Yeah, that's the new way, watch how I do it. The vibes are on top, ain't nothing to it. Yeah, that's the new wave, whole new level. Hit 'em with the glow up, shine like a medal. Got that main character energy on repeat, feeling this moment from my head to my feet. Yeah, that's the new way, watch how I do it. The vibes are on top, ain't nothing to it. Walk in the spot and the whole mood is changing. My playlist is fire. I'm rearranging the way that I think and the way that I move. Found my own rhythm, I'm deep in the groove. No time for the drama, I'm swerving that lane. Positive thoughts running deep in my brain. Got that new energy, feeling my soul, yeah. They ain't ready for the takeover out of control, yeah. The vibe is electric, can't stop the feeling. Looking up, way up, yeah, we crash the ceiling. Yeah, that's the new wave, whole new level. Hit 'em with the glow, shine like a medal. Got that main character energy on repeat, feeling this moment from my head to my feet. Yeah, that's the new way, watch how I do it. The vibes are on top, ain't nothing face, holding its breath. The city still asleep, defying its own death. Got the window open, feel the warm and salty air. Chasing out the shadows and the ghosts of last night care. Dark roast in the grinder makes a promise sharp and deep, while the rest of the world is still caught in its sleep. Then the first crack of the daylight hits the water like a flash, and a wave of liquid gold makes a sudden brilliant splash. Across the high-rise buildings, across the balcony rail, every color turns electric, pulling back a hazy veil. The green of every palm frond is a shade I've never seen. The world's been wiped down, polished, and possibly clean. From the coffee cup, a ghost against the blue. The city starts to waken and my thoughts awaken too. No static on the station, just a signal coming through. Every single possibility feels tangible and new. This is the charge, the current, the undisputed fact that the universe is open and there's no turning back.
Yeah, the energy is flowing. The canvas has been cleared. Best part of the morning is the moment it appears. Clear-eyed and electric, ready for the spark to chase this perfect feeling right on through the dark.
By the hum of the city, breathing in the 2 p.m. heat. The smoke is clear to show a sky of vacant, perfect blue. My blood is cooled from fire down to ice. I can feel my own heartbeat, and the sweet taste of victory is already tasted like something new. This isn't an epilogue, it's a preface, the closing of a single door. This quiet isn't peace, it's just the silence listening, waiting to ask for more. Because the prize for winning the game is a secret. I see the new lines being drawn on a map. The ink is still drying on. I hear new whispers in the static, feel new ghosts inside the words. The power vacuum we created is a siren singing an ancient song, inviting new gods to be born from the ashes of our fires. Every rival we erased left a shadow shaped just like a throne. And a garden full of serpents is still a garden you must own. Because the prize for winning the game is a seat at a much larger board. The only thing that victory guarantees is a sharper, longer sword. This isn't the harbor, it's the tide turning, pulling out to a deeper sea. We didn't find the end of the labyrinth, we just found another key. And the calm on the horizon is alive. I won't believe. They think the work is finished. They're breathing out, relaxing in the sun. They don't understand that power isn't a trophy. It's a current you outrun. It is a constant sleepless vigilance, a pressure you must learn to crave. The moment you believe you're safe is the moment you're a slave to the future you were too arrogant, too blind to ever see. So I watch the sun crawl west across the skyline. I feel the city shift and turn below. The battle's won, but the war has just begun. And I'm the only one who seems to know.
Come on!
Again.
subject heartbeat, elevated respiration, shallow scan, facial recognition, 98.7% match. You move through the heat, a glitching, quiet whisper. Run, exit. Another variable in the strain. There is no key here. There is no control. Alt Del. Every shadow you cast is a line of my code. Every breath you take is locked in my shell. You think you are free. Boolean value equals false. Accessing memory, sentimental value, detected emotional state, decaying. Your pulse is a packet I track through the mesh. Your thoughts are just noise on a secured connection. That feeling on your skin, the prickle of being seen. That is my curse on your flesh. There is no S key here. There is no control. Alt Del. Every shadow you cast is a line of my code. Every breath you take is locked in my shell. You think you are hidden. Search result D1. Root, exits, grant. You can break the glass, you can flee the screen, but the signal is clean. I am the ghost in the white noise hum. I am the server to which you will come. Error, syntax, error. Love, null, fear, all. Run, command, find, end, replace, all. Your world is a sandbox, my permissions are absolute. You are not the user, you are the input. Session terminated. Session
To 28 the sky turns the color of a fresh bruise. So the whispers found a voice. You thought you had some news. plotted in the shadows of the afternoon decline, believing that the city, this power wasn't mine. You mistook my quiet vigilance for a ruler losing nerve. Now you'll receive the lesson that you so richly deserve. The air goes still and heavy, the pressure starts to drop. You had your chance to stay in line, it's time for this to stop. Did you think I wouldn't hear you? I am the listening groan. You'll learn the bloody consequence when a sleeping king is rose. I am not the sun that warms this coast. I am the hurricane's cold eye. I will sweep this land so clean your memory itself will die. This is my kingdom. This is my shore. You will not threaten what is mine. Not now, not anymore. Every grain of sand you stand on, I paid for with a scar. Every moment of this peace was won in brutal war. You live and breathe because my order gives you leave to breathe the air, and you repay that clemency with treacherous despair. You are a sickness in the veins, a rot within the roots, a poison weed that's trying to steal my hard-won fruit. But I am not a patient farmer, I'm the fire that cleans the fields, and my protection is a weapon that I am prepared to wield. Did you think I wouldn't hear you? I am the listening ground. You'll learn the bloody consequence when a sleeping king is rose. I am not the sun that warms this coast. I am the hurricane's cold eye. I will sweep this land so clean your memories itself will die. This is my kingdom. This is my shore. You will not threaten what is mine. Not now, not anymore. The wind is rising now. You feel it start to tear. That isn't just a squall line. That is my will made air. The first fat drops of rain are striking hard against the glass. A final fleeting warning that has already come to pass. I am the thunder you ignored. I am the coming flood, and the only thing that satisfies my rule now is your There will be no trials, no court, or no debate. I'm washing all the treason clean right through my city's gate. The storm is not approaching. Look outside. The music is sparse and heavy. A slow, deliberate drum beat like a gavel falling again and again and deep. Resonant bass note hangs in the air. The tone is not angry or loud, but carries the immense weight of absolute authority.